Hi y'all, welcome and welcome back. In this video, we're going to begin developing one of the most important skills you'll need in this class and in life, critical thinking. This video is part of our Ethics and Society course, and it sets the stage for how we'll approach moral questions and philosophical arguments throughout the semester. By the end of this video, you should be able to define what critical thinking is, explain why it's essential, especially in philosophy, and identify some common challenges and obstacles to thinking critically. These objectives will help you navigate not just this class, but also your everyday reasoning and decision-making. So what is critical thinking? At its core, critical thinking is a systematic way of evaluating or forming beliefs. That means we're not just going with our gut or believing things because we've always believed them. Critical thinking uses rational standards. We evaluate ideas based on reason and evidence, not personal preference or emotion. Philosopher Louis Vaughan defines it this way. Critical thinking is a systematic evaluation or formulation of beliefs by rational standards. So, when we engage in critical thinking, we're being deliberate, logical, and fair-minded in how we examine our beliefs and those of others. Let's break this down a bit more. There are 4 key elements to critical thinking. First, it's systematic. We use defined steps or methods, not just spontaneous reactions. Next, evaluation or formulation. We assess existing beliefs or formulate new ones. Third, beliefs or statements. We focus on claims that can be true or false, not just feelings or preferences. Fourth, rational standards. We use logic and good reasons to support our conclusions. Remember, in philosophy, we're not just throwing opinions around. We want to know whether a belief is justified, and that takes disciplined thinking. Now, let's be honest, critical thinking isn't always easy. It's mentally demanding. It takes energy to slow down, reflect, and analyze. It can be uncomfortable to challenge your own beliefs, especially if they're deeply held. And it requires objectivity and restraint, which means resisting the urge to jump to conclusions or react emotionally. But that discomfort is actually a good sign. It means you're doing the work. There are also external and internal barriers that can get in the way of critical thinking. These include self-interested thinking, believing something just because it benefits us. Selective attention, focusing only on evidence that supports what we already think. Social pressures, like going along with the group, also known as groupthink or conformity, or avoiding disagreement. Cherry-picking evidence or falling into biases, both of which distort the truth. Here are a few tips to overcome these. Always consider opposing views. Practice questioning your assumptions. And don't be afraid to revise your beliefs when the evidence leads you elsewhere. This is a discipline, and like any discipline, it improves with practice. In this class, we'll be using a structured system for analyzing arguments. Here's what that process looks like. First, we identify the parts of the argument. What's the conclusion and what are the premises? Next, write the argument in standard argument form. This helps you to see the logical structure. After that, determine whether it's a deductive argument or an inductive argument. We'll learn what that means here pretty soon. Check for fallacies. Are there any logical errors? Fact check your premises. Are the claims true or well supported? This system will guide our work throughout the semester. To sum up, critical thinking is a foundational skill in philosophy, and it's something we'll be developing together all term. It's not always easy, but it's essential for making good decisions, understanding complex issues, and living a thoughtful life. Alright y'all, thanks for watching. As always, feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and everybody have a great day.